Well, hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, second flight ever, the FMS F-18 Thunderbolt. Not Thunderbolt. What is it? It's
Maverick, didn't you say?
Yeah, it's the FMS FA-18F version 2 Super Hornet.
Oh, from Top Gun Maverick. That's
from the movie title. Yeah.
That's what you were saying. Yeah.
All right, I think I got her trimmed down from last flight. This is what we're going to try with her ordnance on this. I'm happy with my race. I'm happy with my flap settings. So I like high rates in her. Remember, it has very narrow gear, and is not. It has thrust reverse and the ability, but I didn't have an open channel for it. So
takeoff flaps. Timer reset.
3.5 minutes on the timer. All right. Takeoff flaps, and here we go. Definitely feel the drag. You can definitely tell there's some drag.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Too hot.
Landing flaps.
Ooh, almost. Ooh, that went good.
Saved it though. Real Top Gun maneuver right there.
It's called combat.
Tom Cruise is in there. Well, he might be dead, but
Well, he broke his neck on that when he swung him back over the wing side. Take off flaps again. I'm telling you, I'm not real crazy about with the gear, with the ordnance on, because she does have a lot more drag. We're going to fly her one more time after this and do a speed run where you fly on a plane. It does have incredible sound though.
mm-hmm.
Gear down there. All right, dropping
Landing flaps.
my
30
flaps,
seconds.
dropping my flaps down, slowing my roll, getting lined up with the runway now. Level wing, level wing. Almost lost it, but I'm fighting a little bit of a cross breeze too, and that's kind of
Also taking enemy fire and
And he's got dirty shorts and uncomfortable.
Bad news from home.
Timer expired.
But worst of all, his cell phone just died.
There's the worst part of it right there.
All right, we're 1 second over on a 3.5 minute timer. Like I said, I'm flying with the ordnance on, so there's definitely some more drag involved. See what kind of battery life we've got. Just running regular lipos today. Battery is warm, not running any SMC packs or anything. Unplug that beautiful KM model afterburner. Thank you, KM models. And 37% left, so definitely don't want it to fly any further. Watch my maiden flight. That has all the, at the end of it, has all the rates, all my AS3X settings and everything in it. But yeah, there you go. That was a very successful second flight ever on the FMS F-18 with the ordnance on this time. And she flies good, but you can definitely tell that the ordnance is on. You can definitely tell. It looks good. And the plane has an incredible sound. Make sure your latch is down and forward, otherwise that canopy will come off. Just a great flying plane. Just bring her in level, bring her in straight. You got very narrow gear, so be aware of that. And make sure when you put your decals on the rudder, you put them on the right, correct side, not on the inside like I did. Well, folks, that was the second flight ever on the F-18 from FMS 70mm. Great flying plane. They had them on sale for $100 off, so I could not resist. Purchase link will be in the video, description of the video. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget, faith, family, and friends, and beautiful 70mm jets. Bye, y'all. Well, hey, folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, third flight ever on the FMS FA-18F version 2. Does not have the reflex. Instead of an AR-631 in there, we're just going to take it up. Last time I flew it with the ordnance on. This time we're just going to fly it dirty, or fly it clean, and because it's such a sturdy KM model afterburner in there. High rate. Got a 4,000 HRB in there. Kind of low light. I wish the plane had some lights. That may be something I add at a later date.
Timer reset.
But for right now, let's turn and burn, baby.
Take off flaps.
Oh no, what do I do? Where she peters out right there.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Tail side. If you get orientation confused, remember those great big rudders have a very definite shape. So that's what you want to focus on. A little bit of elevator needed, down pressure, it's maintained inverted. So that gray sky keeps leaning out quick.
Down and ready to land.
Now going away, not a problem because I got the afterburner
Landing flaps.
for orientation. Oh, too hot. Coming in too hot. Yeah, it's actually a little too dark to
Take off flap. Landing flaps.
be flying this little guy. Well, it looks good on the camera though.
Mm-hmm. especially silhouetted on the sunset.
Yeah. I don't need no stinking thrust reverse of this plane. The sweet flying little 70. Man. I know why I sold the first one, because my jet skills weren't where they need to be to really appreciate it. I am very glad I took advantage of that sale that FMS had. And I've got a minute 16. Take off flaps. Let's put her in the sky again. Here we go.
Landing flaps.
Bring her by slow. Oh, come on. That is so smooth.
Inbound and ready to land. Landing flaps. 30 seconds.
All right.
$20 seconds.
And that, folks, is how you land an F-18.
Flaps up.
Absolutely gorgeous. Great flying plane. Highly recommend it. Third flight, third time in the air. I recommend flying without the ordnance. She's just so much better. You really have to, excuse the expression, you gotta fly her with the ordnance on. You really gotta stay on her because it creates so much drag. Without the ordnance, she just seems like she's set free, if that makes it less drag, you know, that would you know. But she just seems to fly a lot better. It's more locked in, more smooth without that gear or without that ordnance on. So that's what I recommend. But you do need to see once in a while. All right, we were 4 seconds over on a 3.5 minute timer.
Motor is totally chilled
We got enough time to fly our J10 one more time. Enough light. Check our battery, unplug that beautiful KM model afterburner. KM models, thank you for the afterburner for review. All right. Not bad, we have 49% left. So still 3 minutes, 45 seconds. My only complaint, and I have 2 complaints about this plane. Only one is really a legitimate gripe, and that's what I'm dealing with right now. FMS, in their infinite cost savings of saving 0.23 cents a gallon, whatever, decides to give you the shortest battery leads. Another inch on that battery lead, and I wouldn't be cutting my fingers up trying to undo that battery. That battery lead is so tight in there. Okay, and the other gripe, it's not really a gripe, is just I wish it had lights. It would help the orientation of this plane so much more. And there's so many I know it's an older one, so I can understand, but if it had lights, that would help a lot. And they need to come out with a version 3 with lights and a longer battery lead and a bigger battery compartment so that I could have more room for stuff. And make sure your battery hatch is down, because it doesn't necessarily want to click in all that well. All right, well, y'all have a good, and God bless y'all. That's the 3rd flight ever of the F-18 Super Hornet. Great flying plane. God bless y'all. We'll see you later. And Gabriel, thank you for filming. Bye, y'all.